What's up with the Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Honcho, and I'm back with a brand new video for Alright guys, get right into it. You already know the vibes, you already know what type of time I'm on. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, well damn, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Check out redemptionbrand.com right now and get you some of that fire merch. Now, everybody keeps asking me every time I'm on live, every time I'm on Twitter, and it's not just me, I'm not special, right? But everybody wants to know, is Antonio Pierce going to be the coach next year? Does Antonio Pierce survive this season? Is Antonio Pierce part of the new regime going forward? And my answer is unequivocally no. I do not believe that Antonio Pierce has done anything to tell me he's going to be back next year. I believe the Raiders are failing. I believe Mark Davis knew the Raiders would fail. I think when you put Tom Brady in the position he's in, he's going to be almost like the advisor to Mark Davis. He's the one who's got his ears to the streets. Mark Davis is the record label. Tom Brady is the A&R. Antonio Pierce is the rapper that they signed who doesn't know how to get a single, doesn't have any buzz in the streets. And Tom Brady is going to convey that message to Mark Davis, and they're going to release the rapper, a.k.a. Antonio Pierce, from the label. That's just how this thing is going to go down, all right? And the thing that I'm starting to realize is that the players don't seem to be happy with Antonio Pierce. The players don't seem to be enjoying playing for Antonio Pierce. The players don't seem to be getting what they should be getting from their head coach, who is Antonio Pierce, right? Last year, honeymoon phase. We're happy we got our guy in there. We like playing for him. We like the persona. We like the mantras. We like the cigars and stogies. We like all that he brings to the table, right? But at the end of the day, I told you this, guys, before. It seemed like the Raiders were playing for their friend. It seemed like that not only was Antonio Pierce a player's coach, but he was like a friend of the players. And that's a totally different thing. Now, being a player's coach and being a friend of a player is always good. It's always beneficial when you are an assistant, when you are a position coach, when you are not the lead guy in charge. Because at the end of the day, that honeymoon phase is going to end and the real is going to be the real. When the dust settles, the truth will be revealed. And at the end of the day, Antonio Pierce from last year to this year has not improved as a head coach. He has not improved in one area as a head coach, okay? His game management is terrible. The players can see that he has no experience. The players are not giving everything they could be given on the field, which is leading him to say things like business decisions. I don't think that went over well with the players in the locker room. To me, people have got to realize that players are smart. Like NFL players, NBA players, NHL players, MLB players, those guys are smart. Those guys are the upper echelon of players in that field, right? They're professional athletes. They know the game. And they can tell when a coach is not up to snub. They can tell when a coach is in over his head, right? Obviously, the Raider players are going to feel a type of way just based on how the coach put together the staff. There is no cohesiveness. There's no continuity. There's no chemistry with the staff that he built. Like, if I like you as a head coach and you go and hire like 4 other guys that seem like they could be the head coach, I'm going to look at you a type of way. I'm going to look at you sideways like, wait. What the hell is going on here? And I think that we have to look at what's really going on the field. And you got to stop saying, well, he don't have no talent. Oh, it was Luke Getsy. Oh, it was all these things. At the end of the day, Antonio Pierce is saying that it's his team and his decisions, then he put this team together. Then he should be held accountable for that. And I think that what the players are saying to us and what the players are saying to me, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't have no insider information. All this is just opinion based on what I'm seeing. It looks like the players are saying to me that we don't want you as our head coach anymore. We don't want to play for you anymore. We need somebody better than you to get us where we want to go. And I can tell that because, look, players might like the way a coach talks. Players can like how a coach dresses. Players can like how a coach runs their practices. Players can like how a coach talks to the media. You can like all that. But what players don't want, when all that dust settles, when all of that comes back to the foundation level, what players do not want is to feel like the head coach is the reason why they are losing games. Point blank, period. Okay, no matter how much a player loves the coach, no matter how much a player might like the way the coach coaches, like the way the coach dresses, any of those things does not matter. At the bottom level, at the surface level of what's going on inside an athlete's brain when you are playing for a coach, you do not want to feel like the coach is the reason why you lose. And I'm just speaking from experience, okay? No matter how good I might be, no matter how good Max Crosby is, no matter how good Nate Hobbs is, no matter how good Devontae Adams was, at the end of the day, if they feel like, damn, you know what, we losing because our coach just doesn't know what he's doing, our coach should have called the timeout there. If they feel like their coach is the reason why they're losing games, they're going to want him out of there, no matter how much they like him. And that was the problem I had with AP from the start, is that AP didn't prove that he was actually a good head coach. He just proved that he can get locker room guys to like him. Well, that's great. That's good and dandy. But at some point, you're going to have to coach, and I said this. At some point, you're going to have to win games. He wasn't going to have a lot of time to prove it. He's had enough time to prove it, and to me, he hasn't proved a damn thing. I think the players are done playing for AP. I think the players understand that he is in over his head. He doesn't know what he's doing, and they're going to want to put somebody in position for them to be successful. And that's what the head coach is supposed to do. You don't have to know all the plays. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You need to not be the reason we're losing games. I think the Raiders players feel like that a lot of their losses, a lot of their inability to be successful falls on the shoulders of Antonio Pierce. And that's just where I'm at with it. I want you guys to get down in the comments and know what you think. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. And until the next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.